you mentioned Glenn. A lot was made of what he did over the offseason, and if that shot is as pretty as it was tonight, how much can that open up the offense in general and his explosiveness?
Yeah, you know, we're trying to put him in so many situations where he's just playing ball to make the court real big for him, so he really can use that athleticism. And so he really is comfortable. You see him on both sides of the floor. You'll see him in the middle. You'll see him all over the place. And you know, we all have known he's been able to shoot it. But you know, as I told you guys before, there's about 25 shots that Tim and Trey were taking, and I have even averaged it. I'm just estimating that they were taking that are out there for other people right now. And so he did a great job last year of realizing those guys were really good players. And now, you know, there's going to be many opportunities for him like that.
Yeah.
What are the things that you can see out of your team in this game, regardless of the opposition, like the unselfishness?
Yeah, the two things that I saw was the quickness on defense that we have. And once again, Concordia is, although they got some veterans right now, and make no mistake, they're not like the competition we're going to see later on. But that was the big thing. I just liked, I'm watching our defense and our gaps and all those things were very good. And then the sharing of the ball. I mean, the core value is unity. We talk about that, and those 26 assists is incredible. Because you miss some shots too. I think we made. I think that's a great selling point for our team. That you score over 100 points, and I can recall 2 or 3 shots I would talk to somebody about in film. He says, you know, we get better than that. So you score over 100 points, and you were patient with your shots. So our guys did a good job of seeing each other.
John, is this an example of how different this team will be from the style you played last year?
We have certainly seen in practice. We mentioned 2 things yesterday in practice. And what we got to keep doing, we have really passed the ball well, off 1 through 5, whoever was playing on it, and we're cutting really harder than any team that at this point in the year that I've coached. And that just opens the floor out when guys are really cutting hard, and that's not easy to do. And sometimes you're playing so many minutes, it's hard to cut like that. But we had some really good action today that can get you into open space. And I think we might run the floor as well, if not better, than teams of the past.
Coach, on your right with Brendan.
Walton was really one of the only guys still out there at the very end. Was that just a product of
just want to give him as many minutes as he can get? Spike's had some minutes. Spike knows what he's doing. I just want to give him every minute that we could give him today. You know, and now if we had one more guy on the roster at that point, we might have put him out there and got him in the game. But I wanted Spike just to get Derek just to get as many minutes as he can.
And with Donald, is it kind of wait so long?
Yeah. You know, the one thing that we're trying to replace is Tim and Trey, and then you look at Derek and Zach. Well, there it is. But there's going to be there's a lot of older bigs right now, you know, or bigs with options that Marks. We're just going to teach them the game, watch them wait in the wings, and consider. You know, after we got one more game, we can play without burning a red shirt, and then we can consider what we can do.
On your left with Andy.
What did you like from what Derek brought to those minutes? I mean, he looked pretty comfortable.
Here's what I always like, Andy, is when a guy goes in there and he didn't hit his first shot. He actually was one of the few bad shots we took was at the beginning. But he hit his next one, and then he hit his next one, 3-point shot. That's usually a good sign that guys come off that bench and start shooting it in right away. So he was good, but he also can be a great defender, very quick. But he also has a couple bad closeouts, and you know he's learned that game for him and Zach. That game was a blur because we practiced one way, but they were running a completely different set of rules that we don't trap a lot. They were trapping us. They were running a completely different offense that we run. We didn't have any scout report out of a new coach, so their head was spinning. I was pleased with the way we reacted.
On your right, Coach Conn.
All the hype in the offseason, the preseason after last year, what does it say about this group, a young group, to come out as focused as they were in a game like this where it might be easy to...
You know what we see it in practice, we don't see any type of that hype ever coming into practice. That they really practice hard. It's the character. Glenn, Jordan, and John said it, but you talk to Karras or Spike, and that's all Zach and Derek are like looking at them and saying, all right, that's the way we do it. And it's really, it's been a secret for years of whether it was our football program or really what Zach and Stu brought to our team that Tim and Trey picked up on. So it's very addictive, so to speak. Once you see that it works, you say, let's just keep doing it.